And joining us now via satellite from Springfield, Massachusetts is Stephen Aronstein. He's the CEO of Somatic Systems Incorporated, stock symbols SMAS. Stephen, welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Now, Stephen, Somatic Systems describes itself as a worldwide center for something called Prime Somatics, which is a drug-free, non-surgical approach to pain relief. Can you give us a general overview of the company, please?
Yes, absolutely. We are the leader for Prime Somatics, which some people know as clinical somatics, and it's a kind of physical therapy that comes in a few forms, and one of those is hands-on sessions, like going to a physical therapist. Another is movement classes, like one might go to therapeutic yoga classes. We also have self-help products, such as DVDs and videos, DVDs, CDs, and we also actually do the professional training of practitioners of somatics. So we are the company that kind of controls the whole pipeline in terms of that, and that's what our business is centered around.
Well, now, Stephen, it's very interesting. Your system uses a combination of natural, non-invasive movement techniques. Can you tell us about that, please?
Yeah, it's a little bit difficult to explain, but really kind of oversimplified, we do something really different than physical therapy does, and as a result we get dramatically better results. Rather than focusing on the muscles and the bones, we actually focus on retraining how the nervous system controls the muscles and the bones. So we kind of take a software reprogramming approach instead of a hardware approach. And what was found after about 30 years of research is that was really the right way to treat chronic pain. And why we get such dramatically better results, why people get better in 3 sessions, whereas they may have gone to another kind of pain management system for 6 months, 2 years, etc.
That's fascinating. What are some of the common types of pain that your system's able to help?
We work with most of the garden variety things that everybody suffers with, from chronic back pain to frozen shoulders, to bursitis, to tennis elbow, to some forms of arthritis, tension headaches, some migraines, bum hips, bum knees, the kind of stuff that either makes people feel like they're getting old or even disables people to the point where they're in a wheelchair and can't work anymore.
Once again, we're talking with Somatic Systems Incorporated, the stock symbols SMAS. If you'd like more information, free information to mail, you can call us at 888-259-4449. Company will be happy to send you free information in the mail. Now, Stephen, the pain management industry is nothing short of a behemoth, with frankly drugs are really leading the way, but people really do need an alternative to drugs, don't they?
They do. It's a $90 billion industry, and it's disabling people left and right. A lot of the cost is actually just lost productivity. So especially in economic times like this, we need people to be as able as they can be to take care of themselves. Medicine has a lot of problems associated with it, aside from the fact that it doesn't really even fix the problem, generally speaking, and it's just hiding the pain. It also causes a myriad of side effects, some of them worse than the disease in the first place. And another really horrible thing that we're seeing people want us to help with is, for example, we're working with the U.S. military now, we're speaking with them, and one of the things they brought up as their biggest concern is that soldiers, veterans are coming home and they're in so much pain that they're getting addicted both to legal and illegal drugs. So medication is definitely not a long-term solution for the kind of chronic pain that we treat.
Stephen, I'm really glad you brought up that, because the company recently announced that you've been registered with the Department of Defense Defense Registry. I mean, this must mean something dramatic for your company. Why don't you tell us about that?
Yes, it does. A couple years ago, we announced our intention to provide somatic services to the U.S. military. This year, we announced that we were reaching that goal and meeting with the U.S. military in various forms to discuss providing pain management for their soldiers and veterans. The thing you need to do to be able to work with the military or any branch of the federal government is to become listed in the contractor database as a federal contractor. So that's what that database registry is, and that enables us actually not only to work with the military but with any branch of the U.S. government.
Stock symbols SMAS, Somatic Systems Incorporated. Again, our toll-free number, good from anywhere in the world you're watching Money TV, is 888-259-4449. Stephen, your company's recently announced that you've begun a very aggressive television advertising campaign. Can you give us some details on what you expect from it?
Yes. We were filmed for a health television show, a half-hour television show, and it's featured 50 times nationwide, including some airings on women's entertainment television and the Travel Channel. So some pretty big exposure. We're talking tens of millions of people coming from a company that has the best pain management product in the world, but that almost no one knows about yet. So we think that this is a significant effort because so far our biggest barriers to growth have not been people not being interested in the product. In fact, they go nuts for it. It's not enough people finding out about it. So this particular television show is just the beginning of a series of aggressive efforts to promote awareness of our product, including some additional television shows we're talking to now, some producers as well as some news stations.
Okay, now let's talk about the revenue model. How does the company create and then, of course, sustain revenues?
Good. As we mentioned, we basically have 4 product lines. We have our clinical services, the hands-on treatments. We have our sessions. We have our self-care products. And we have the professional training. The products, the sessions, and the classes all get delivered in the form of retail centers. They're kind of like a cross between a retail store and a medical clinic. I think of them a lot like the Apple stores. We have a product that is helpful to people, but not enough people know about it, and those centers provide kind of an educational approach as well as a treatment center for generating revenue in all 3 of those divisions. And actually, I think we've got a broader opportunity than Apple, even though we're a lot smaller, because not everyone wants the same computer, but everyone has chronic pain, and all of those people can be helped by us with Somatics. So that's a big part of it, is the clinics, which actually generate a lot of interest in more products that people develop at home. We also are looking at deals to market the products, the CDs and videos, internationally. And we're kind of right in the middle of those talks right now, so that we go from a part of our revenue being products we sell online to being quite a huge, potentially 1,000% increase in the traffic on that end. And then, of course, the training program, which trains practitioners to work in our clinics. And oftentimes people come to our clinics to be clients, and then they want to become practitioners. So it's got a kind of a self-propagating quality to it. It's very lucrative that way.
Well, Stephen, speaking of the centers, you've got a flagship headquarters there in Massachusetts, and you've announced openings and planned openings of other small and larger cities. How soon can we expect the rollout of these new openings?
We're rolling them out right now, actually. We're scouting some locations. We're in the process of opening additional locations. We've established some sales offices in a few strategic areas in the U.S. To usher in more markets for opening more clinics. So we're right in the middle of looking at several. We have a chalkboard full of others that are getting ready to go as well. So you're talking to us right at the dawn of that particular launch. And the other thing is we're looking at places around military bases, which will be a very exciting kind of parallel line of clinic rollout.
Again, Somatic Systems Incorporated, SMAS, the stock symbol. Again, our toll-free number, 888-259-4449. Stephen, this has been a fascinating interview. Why is this a good time right now for people to take a closer look at Somatic Systems?
I think there's a lot of reasons. I think there are too many to mention. But briefly, I would say we're a company that started small, is right at the dawn of becoming enormous, but still at a time where we're affordable to get involved with. And we're also at a time where markets are hard, and it's an even better opportunity. And because in the current situation, people need the kind of services we're providing. People are in a lot of pain. As our technologies grow and our surgeries grow, if you look, the statistics show that chronic pain problems are only getting worse. So our company is at the best place in its history, and the market for us is at the best place in its history, and we'll only get better, and we can only help more people.
Stephen, we're initiating coverage of Somatic Systems this week. I'll be watching you very closely over the next 4 months or so. I hope to see more updates from the company during that period of time. Thanks so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you.